Good morning, everybody. This is Clyde Doherty with Certified Home Loans, and we have a very special guest with us this morning. We have Anissa Lopez with M. Stagers. How are you doing this morning?
I'm well, Clyde. Thank you for having me over.
And wanted to talk a little bit on stuff that I don't always touch, the listing side of things. Can you give us an example of some of the strategies you're using in today's challenging market to help sellers get to sold?
So I actually have a very recent example of something like this. We have a seller looking to sell at about $350,000. Now, we understand market constraints. So the idea is that we help buyers affordability. And so my solution is, hey, let's offer our buyers some concessions so that way they can buy down the rate. They can afford the house and the seller still walks away with the net proceeds that they're hoping to walk away with. I know you're the expert here, so I'm going to defer to you. You want to talk about what that looks like a little bit?
Sure, absolutely. So I'm actually working on a flyer that's very similar to that for a listing that we have in office. And using the same 350, we're talking about offering a 3% concessions for buy down. And what that equates to in common English is about $100 less per month. But the alternative, if you were to just list it at 350 to try to get that same payment, they would have to roughly spend about between 4 and 5 times as much money. So, I mean, roughly that's what, 10,000 versus 40? That's a big drop.
That's a huge difference. So that I understand this and sellers understand this concept, we're talking about a seller listing a house at $350,000. And with a little bit of concessions, your buyers are able to get the same payment on that same home. The alternative would be sellers would have to drop the price drastically to $310,000 just so the buyer gets the same payment.
Exactly.
So this sounds like a really great strategy. It's a win-win. Everyone's walking away with a payment that they're comfortable with, but also sellers netting what they were hoping to net.
Absolutely. It's a much more efficient use of the seller's net proceeds. Putting $30,000 more in your seller's pocket while still achieving the buyer's goals is a huge win for the seller. It does require a very creative and experienced agent to go over that, explain that value to the sellers, and the buyer side agent has to also be able to explain it to their buyers as well. But that's why you got to work with somebody like Anissa that's one of the best. You got to work with somebody that's going to be able to help you with getting creative in today's market.
Thanks, Clyde. I appreciate that. And same for you. I think we have to put a lot of importance on the quality and creativity that we bring to this industry in order to help our buyer and seller clients.
Absolutely.